Welcome to CSS Syntax slide. Once you've successfully linked your CSS to your HTML with either of the three methods I explained earlier, the next thing left for you to do is to start styling. To get started, you'd need a way to target the particular element on the HTML file that you wish to style. And with that, you'll be able to select them in your CSS file. There are lots of ways you can select HTML elements, but for now, we'll be focusing on using class and ID attributes. And if you remember, HTML attributes are inserted inside of the opening tag of the HTML element. Here, we have our div tag, which is the opening tag of the element, and we have the content, which states this is the class selector. The second line, we have our div opening tag with an attribute of ID and a value of ID also, which is an ID selector, that is the text inside of it. Now, you can give any name of your choice to replace this particular class in the red text, and also this one on the red text of the ID. Once you're done with this, the next slide would show you how to quickly make selections of that particular HTML tags. Starting off with the body, which is the general body tag found in your HTML page, followed by the period sign and class, which is used to select a class attribute. So any name you choose to give to the particular class attribute, all you need to do to select it is to start with the period followed by the name you gave to that particular class attribute. Then you'd have your curly braces, which is going to form a block where you get to insert all your CSS style rules. Here we have the font size, which is delimited with a hyphen, and a colon with the value you want to assign to the font size. To style the ID, all you need to do is to provide a hash or a pound followed by the attribute's value, a curly braces, and the CSS rule you'd like to give to it. Now note that if you have a CSS rule set that contains more than one word, you'd have to set the delimiter with a hyphen. In our next slide, we'll get to talk about comments in CSS and how best to use comments in CSS.